Hey everyone, back into it. It's June 2022, so let's get rid of this thing. And now we're going into June, so that's cool. And we got SEO news, we got Google Ads info, new Broadcore update, and what exactly is a purple cow? Let's dive in. All right, everyone. Thanks for watching. So today we're going to dive into our newsletter. So let's go ahead and check that out. Basically, right here, we have a new newsletter. It's June again for small businesses. It's Columbus, Ohio. So there is a lot of great weather happening finally in June. And right now, what we kind of wanted to look at was the purple cow picture, which is actually a license plate of mine that I use. And what exactly is the purple cow? Well, Seth Godin coined this phrase. He's a marketing icon that I was able to actually talk to when I first started my business. And I sent him some emails and we communicated, and he kind of helped, get the gem out that was cow abundant. And that name actually is a reference to my grandparents who owned land. There's a lot of cows in Ohio, after all, and they own farmland in what is Easton now. It's a shopping area, and in Columbus area. And basically, abundance is for both myself and my clients to have abundance. So that's where that comes from. But what is a purple cow? So a purple cow is this interesting thing where it's what's truly unique about your business. What do you have that is so different? And so if you saw a purple cow, you'd be like, wow, what the heck is that? It's truly unique. And so thinking about a purple cow is something that you can come up with that sets you apart from your competition. That's what the idea of a purple cow is. And that's what Seth Godin kind of mentioned, and he actually had a book about this that he wrote years ago that was, I believe, called Purple Cow or something like that. And it's a quick read, and it's pretty fun read and all that. And I think the audiobook is out there too, so it's worth checking out. But the whole idea is that, provide unique value to both yourself and to your clients, that it's something unique. And so when you're going about your day today, I want you to kind of think about, what is your purple cow? What makes you unique? What sets you apart? And also, why did you do this? Why are you a small business owner? Or why are you where you are? If you want to create a business, if you want to do something unique in the future, why do you want to do that? And what is your purple cow? What's your cool, fun thing that sets you apart? And think about that, as I have a lot in my business, because there's tons of marketing companies out there. And cow abundant is a fun thing. It's been a very fun conversation starter, having purple cow on my license plate and all that stuff too. And having this business has been very exciting over the years. We've been over 5 years now working with local businesses and helping them. And our truly unique thing is that we help local businesses. We focus on the local community, on Columbus, Ohio, and we want to help other businesses grow. And that's really imperative. We try and make everything affordable so that businesses can grow with us as well. And that really kind of sets us apart. And we really focus on the local community with Columbus and the area. And we also have a charity that we do every month, and I encourage you to join us. This month was Franklinton Cycle Works, which is a great charity. I actually donated my bike to them before I bought a new bike a few months ago. I bought there's a local bike shop in the Short North also. I went to Franklinton Cycle Works, which they recommended, to drop off my old bike, which was pretty decent, but it needed a little bit of TLC, so they're able to go in, they'll take bikes, they'll fix them up, and it's a really cool place that helps, also sell bikes cheaply to people in the community, which is really cool. So they definitely do some cool work, and I encourage you to donate with us to them this month. So that is the idea behind Franklinton CycleWorks. There is some news that we have to cover. I don't really have a fun sound. All I have is some cheering or something. But maybe I'll get a news sound or something. Actually, I have, I guess, a little bit of thing, which is breaking news. So breaking news, let's dive in. The breaking news today is SEO news. Okay, we've got SEO news that basically Google has actually done a broad core update. This is actually a pretty big thing. May of 2022, there was a broad core update late May, which basically impacts local businesses and anyone using Google, because there were some new features that are added. Hopefully it impacted you in a positive way. I've actually seen from a lot of clients it has been positive with improved rankings, so that's really good. Over time, we want to monitor that, though, obviously, because the changes had just taken effect. The last broad core update happened in November of 2021. They do a few of these every year. Before that, it was, I think, July of 2021. So that's just something we monitor. If you have SEO with us, you know, we monitor all these updates and everything, but it is kind of important to know if rankings dip, if things change in your SEO. You can always look at analytics and that kind of stuff to see how that looks. Also, Google says a slower website does not necessarily result in lower rankings. However, in our own kind of work, we've seen that's not always the case, but it is interesting that they said that. There's a new keyword research tool available this month on for YouTube, which is basically allows you to analyze keywords on YouTube when you're creating videos and that kind of stuff, and access more insights on YouTube, which is always great. I noticed that in general, YouTube is being more aggressive in terms of like a TikTok style thing, where they're kind of going back and forth on the actual, short videos that kind of scroll like TikTok, and they're experimenting with that. They're also going to be rolling out ads with that in the future. Something that was very interesting and of note is that the Google I/O happened as well. Before I get to that, there was some notes on GA4. GA4, I always want to provide updates on that. It is important. More businesses less likely to use GA4, citing older analytics version is better supported. This is a chicken before the egg scenario, because businesses aren't using it, like third parties aren't using it, because they're saying businesses aren't using it. It's like, you have to use it. You have to implement it. Also, this whole analytics thing is going to change big time. There's going to be a massive, essentially, traffic jam, which we kind of make fun of, but it is pretty serious. Coming in later this actually next year. So in July of 2023, there will be quite a big issue going on with Google Analytics GA4, and it's something to take note of in the future. So we will be following this. We'll be following all the activities. We'll let you know how things go with GA4 in the future. Even besides that, there have been businesses that I've contacted that says they don't even use GA4 as of yet, because Universal Analytics is still the main one. I'm gonna maybe do a separate video on that, so I'm gonna skip this and just go on. Google News, Google Ads News, Google Marketing Live kicked off. This was a live marketing event that happened, and they had quite a few interesting things that happened. They're really focusing on AR for one, and this was a faster checkout experience, which is kind of cool for e-commerce. They basically are doing, when you use Google Shopping, you can quickly go to your own checkout page, which is awesome. So if you buy an item, it will actually take you to your checkout page instantly. That's really cool. Instead of like going through things, you can kind of start that process on Google Shopping and go right away to the other one, which is awesome. So on this, Google Marketing had some other events. Basically, AR, they're really going forward into augmented reality stuff, and they think that's the future, you know, where you take your phone and you'll look at stuff and then you'll take a picture and like it'll, you know, be immersive in the environment. Pokemon Go kind of did some of this stuff, and now they're taking that to a new level where they had some really cool stuff where you can actually go in and see, like, if you go into a store, for example, you can pick different items and see what's available. This is like virtual reality tours they're showcasing, you know, but you can actually like pick a bunch of brands of chocolate and then see how those brands, you know, like if you're looking for gluten-free, certain chocolates or whatever, certain, like use stevia instead of sugar or whatever, they can show that too. So it's really cool. Just some of those events that are happening. And also the digital ad revenue jumps 35%, the biggest increase since 2006. That is pretty massive there. More on that from the Wall Street Journal. Congressional bill to break up Google's ad business. There have been multiple proposed legislation to break up Google's ad business. Facebook's also on the chopping block. Nothing has been come, you know, to fruition. It's kind of a constant thing that happens, but, you know, it's something of note, obviously. So let's take off the news. Now we're going to go back to the chill zone, and we're just going to go into some client questions. So client questions now for this time. We only have 4 questions, so we're going to make it as quick as we can. First off, are Google Maps image photo views accurate? I get emails saying I have 9,000 views on some images. So this was kind of an interesting, interesting thing about Google Maps images and how they work. Basically, how Google counts these images is if they're on a profile photo for your business. Like, if you're popular, it'll actually show every single view. Like when you look up a business, if I look up Cow Abundant, this will show up as a view. So if people look up your business, you're very popular, you know, this counts as a view, even though people might not necessarily look at it in that way. This would count as, like, since I had 2,000 views this month, so I would have like 2,000 views on this photo. It's a little weird how they count photos, photo views in Google Maps, but that's why you could have like really high views on stuff. It's not necessarily people just looking at the image. So this particular, and then I have more info on my site about that and what that means. But it's technically realistic, but it's a little skewed how they track that. Next, what phone do you use? Is it a Google phone? So I use a Google phone. Essentially, this is a Pixel. I actually bought a new Pixel, new to me, Pixel like a month ago, and it's a Pixel 5a, which is not the newest one, but I did that because it has a headphone jack, and I'm old school in some ways. I still like a headphone jack when I want it, and this phone's pretty good, so I'm happy with it. It is a Google phone because I use a ton of Google stuff. It really helps me, and it controls my lights, and it does all kinds of fancy stuff, and it's great. So yeah, I use Google. Everyone's more than welcome to use whatever they like. I switched from iPhone years ago, almost 3 years ago. It worked better for me in the Google ecosystem, and the voice assistant is so much better than Google or than Apple's. That being said, Apple's pretty, Apple's cool. A lot of people have Apple phones. It's all right if you do, you know, all that. But for me, it works out really well. It's a cheap phone. This was $450, which I'm super happy about. So cheap is great, and it works great, takes great photos, does what I need to. And then I use my fancy smashy camera, big other camera for videos. So, you know, I don't have to have the super crazy camera for videos on my phone per se. But yeah, thanks. So what are your thoughts of video editing programs like Descript? Okay, so Descript is a program that kind of does automated video edits. So you like submit a video, and then it kind of makes it fancy schmancy. And it also will take your mistakes. So it is really cool. It'll transcribe it. It'll take out your ums and mistakes and kind of edit it. Now, I haven't actually used this program, but the marketing looks really good. That's all I know. So I don't know if it's good or not. It might be crap. But the marketing is cool at least, and it seems like it uses some AI stuff. So yeah, if you need something to push you to do, video, you can try it and see how it works for you. I don't get any affiliate link or anything, so I can't say it's awesome until maybe if they pay me, then I'll say it's even better, because I've never used it, so I really can't vouch for it. No idea. It looks interesting. So there you go. Now, that being said, I do have a note here that says, these tools are not, like, years down the line, I don't know how the company's going to do. These tools are not universal. Like, every editor uses Premiere Pro. So you could take a video file that's edited or Premiere files, send them to anyone in the world, and they'll be able to edit and make it cool with Premiere Pro or Final Cut. That's the standard, So, but Descript, you're kind of on your own that way. So whatever support they have, you're on your own. So be aware of that. I do know I use Premiere Pro. I love it. It's a really cool editing program that has tons of tutorials online and all kinds of stuff that you can get working on. So, but nowadays people edit stuff on their phone. So you can honestly edit cool stuff just on your phone and be totally legit and great and make stuff that looks fun and cool. And that's okay too. For social, it's great. We do video services, professional video services, that, we have videographers, we have people that work, with our company, that actually make like professional videos. And so, let me see here. So when we're doing stuff, we use we use Premiere Pro, we use high-end equipment or studios, and make it professional and all that stuff. Do interviews at your location if need be. So yeah, it just depends what you need to do, I guess. All right. Last question. Can you target by age on Facebook? Yes, you can. You can target by age on Facebook. Sorry about that. Hey, it's live. What are you going to do? You can target by age on Facebook from most posts and ads. There are some limitations in certain sectors, though, so you can target by age. There's age targeting. There's lots of different targeting methods you can use on Facebook, which is really interesting. It's not as much as you could years ago, but you can still target likes and all kinds of interesting stuff. You have to really use your noggin, though, and that's why you pay marketers, and like How Abundant will do Facebook ads for you and figure out who that audience is, what they might be looking up, what's really important to them, all that good stuff. So you can, but you can't actually target by age on certain sectors like housing, credit lending, and crypto or gambling. They've updated it to crypto and gambling stuff. Interesting, those are connected there. That they have limited targeting options, but we have links on our newsletter for all that stuff, so you can check that out. So hopefully you found this interesting, insightful. We have more information on our website with funny memes, all that cool stuff. Donate to the charity. Also, Jason Barger's book is coming out August 2nd. We've been working on the audiobook. We finished that. Now the full book is coming out August 2nd. Very proud to announce that. So, like this video, please, please, please like this video. Helps the algorithms and all that good stuff to, recommend it. So, we hope that you like and subscribe. And thank you, everyone, for watching. If you have any questions, leave them below. I'll try and get them in the next video. And be well. Have an awesome June, everyone, and beyond if you're watching this later. All right. Bye.